Jacksonville? A group of fans wanted to be the case. They held a rally in the Jags parking lot on Monday at 3:16 in the afternoon for 3 hours and 16 minutes. An acknowledgement to the Bible verse, John 3:16, which Tebow wore on his eye black during the BCS National Championship game. Are the fans actually smarter than the front office? Do you think that they should sign Tebow?
Look, in all seriousness, I am a strong believer in God, and you know I do believe that Tim Tebow, as a starting quarterback in this league, could win games because I've seen him do it with my own eyes. But if this group wants to be taken seriously, you cannot make your rallies religion-based because you'll be dismissed by other fans as nothing but religious zealots, and especially by Jags management as nothing but religious zealots. Now, big picture. Do I think Tim Tebow is, right now, the starting quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars? Would it make them relevant and watchable and competitive again? I believe it with all my heart and soul. Do I think Jags management will even consider that possibility? No, I do not, because the new GM, as we know, before the season started, dug in, made it eminently clear, no way will we even think about Tim Tebow. Now, what's my bottom line and takeaway from all this? Right now, I would not wish the Jacksonville Jaguars on Tim Tebow.
Why?
Because he deserves better than that. Because it's disastrous. This is by far the worst team in the league, and I would pity him trying to save this. It was one thing to save the 1-4 Denver Broncos, as recall, 2 years ago, but this is nightmarish.
My response to that, Skip, is that beggars can't be choosy. Nobody's knocking down Tim Tebow's door to put on an NFL uniform on his shoulders. This man is looking for a job. Now, unless he wants to go to Russia for $1 million and some 2-day gimmickry, whatever it is, that ain't going to fly. You get in the NFL any way that you can. I think that, again, if I were the Jacksonville Jaguars, if I was Shad Khan and those boys, I would definitely call Tim Tebow because I've got nothing to lose. I'm going with Chad Henne, Blaine Gabbert. Give me a break. That's not the future. And so what you want...
But they would say Tim's not...
Well, again, he may not be the future, but he is something that would make them relevant for this season.
A better alternative?
And considering the level of irrelevancy that has permeated this franchise for the last several years, you owe your fan base something.
The Orlando station had to apologize the other day
for
not trying to get
game.
They had to apologize because it had to, because even the folks nearby don't want to watch the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's football purgatory at its worst, okay? So in light of that reality, I say you've got nothing to lose. But I also would say to you, they have an individual on their squad by the name of Denard Robinson, who was the former quarterback at the University of Michigan, who sat right here in this chair next to us and said something that I've been waiting for Tim Tebow to say his entire professional career. And that is, I want to be in the NFL. Whatever it takes, I'll do it. Because you know what, Skip? You can crawl before you walk. You can sit there, for example, and find yourself in a situation where, and I'm not saying that I know specifically there's something else he could do, because I do get where you're coming from in terms of he can't play tight end, he can't do this, he can't do that. But I'm saying, if you are in an NFL uniform, do you not have the opportunity to work on your craft? Do you not have more exposure to professionals who can help you really hone your skills and even and further improve upon the skill sets you already have? These are all things that could work to his advantage. But he didn't want to do it. And there comes a point in time where, since we're so quick to preface all of our comments by talking about the impeccable character that envelopes and embellishes this young man, when are we going to talk about the little remnants of selfishness that kick in as well, where it's like, wait a minute, you're not willing to humble yourself enough to sit there and say, I'm really not good enough at this juncture to do what NFL teams need me to do so they can have the necessary faith in me to make me a quarterback for their squad. There's nothing wrong with that. I think if Tim Tebow wants to be in the NFL, stop telling everybody you're only interested in being a quarterback. I'm saying we all know already. But you have to be willing to do whatever it takes to make the team, because clearly, if you're trying to make the team, you got to be one of 53. Okay. But if you're trying to be a quarterback, you got to be one of 3.
Now I'm going to use your line that I've heard 9 billion times against you.
Sure.
Denard Robinson is a great young man. Well, he sat right here on the set. But Stephen A., he can't throw. He can't throw a lick. I mean, he can't throw anything but pop flies. He can't throw anything but punts.
Which clearly he knows.
Well, it's just the truth. Do you think Denard Robinson could have taken the 1-4 Broncos 2 years ago to the division crown and a win over the Pittsburgh Steelers in the first? No, there's no way. He's about, what is he, 5'10", 185?
He can't throw, Skip,
You know,
but I applaud him for knowing his limitations.
Okay, well, I saw Tebow do this.
No, you saw Tebow win. You didn't see him throw a bunch of throws. You saw him win.
Speaking of 316 yards against your Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's right. Really? Clock is
So
right.
how could you? Yeah, the dead clock was right, game after game
Oh,
after
you give
game.
him credit for being Kansas City when he completed some passes?
Well, that's the dead clock game. That's your dead clock game.
Oh,
You're right. Once a day, that was your dead clock game.
Okay.
Yeah, all the rest of them. Come on, he lit up Minnesota. He lit up the Chicago Bears. I could go on and on. He lit up the Oakland Raiders.
36.7% in the preseason. The boy can't throw. Skip. Denard Robinson at least has the.
I'm going to ask you this one more time. I'm going to ask you one more time.
I can't throw.
Last 5 minutes of all the games that year in the NFL, last 5 minutes, number 1 QBR in the National Football League was Tim Tebow. You can't tell me he can't throw when you have the number 1 QBR. Can't tell me.
I'm sorry, Skip. I don't have to tell you can't throw. Bill Belichick told you can't throw.
No.
John Elway told you can't throw.
No.
John Fox told you can't throw.
And you know what?
Tom Brady and them would tell you they can't throw if they didn't want to be so nice.
And
everybody.
What did John Gruden tell you? What did John Gruden tell you after the Pittsburgh game?
He guts you. He guts you. He guts you throwing. That's right. John Gruden said that. And what is that?
There we go.
We haven't seen it. If anything, he jinxed Tim Tebow because we haven't seen a Tebow sighting since.
Oh,
so that's the reality.
Well, you yourself said he got sabotaged with the Jets.
I totally believe that, but he can't throw.
Speaking of Tim Tebow,
He can
talk
win.
about his former coach. Sources have told Fox Sports' Mike Garofalo that Darrelle Revis isn't happy with Greg Schiano because